2025 లేదా 26లో డిగ్రీ లేదా బీటెక్ చదివారా? సాఫ్ట్‌వేర్ జాబ్ కోసం ఎదురు చూస్తున్నారా? అయితే కోడ్ జ్ఞాన్ 100 డేస్ కోర్సులో చేరండి, జాబ్ సాధించండి.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for making this a one more successful finance and leasing summit for all of us. And I feel that it has been a wonderful summit this time through, and with lot of meaningful and impactful contributions made by each and every speaker. In fact, I wanted to write the most important ones because I knew there was a long list of speakers, and I picked up my notebook thinking that I'll just write down the most important ones. Maybe I can speak about it in the ending remarks. But I felt that everyone who spoke had very interesting, innovative, and very practical contributions, and something which is very meaningful also. So I had to write down all of them. I don't want to take each and every one, but I felt that that part I wanted to highlight because it has been a very meaningful engagement. And that is what really makes this summit successful. And for another acknowledgement that I want to make is that there has been very honest feedback also from all of you, whoever was involved in making those speeches. Very honest feedback, which means that we are making progress, and you have that trust and confidence on the people who are on the dais, or on all of us, especially the government. And you feel that we are here to work for you, so that itself is a great successful, I think, move forward for all of us. And I would like to thank all the airlines and lessors who have entered into agreements, the MOUs that have, it's a great source of confidence for all of us that things are moving forward and in the right direction. And one big thing that has come out is how the lending needs to improve, how the banks also needs to shake off all the inhibitions that it might have in this industry, and how more private investment funding needs to come in, how we should facilitate for different types of creditors also coming into this. And it's a point well noted, and we'll try to facilitate it with whatever regulations that we can bring in. And also, to take it on a positive note, Gauravji from QNB and also SBI, they've all put out that there is no dearth of resources, and they're taking a very positive outlook towards it. So I don't think there should be any pessimistic attitude of bankers or creditors not supporting or not lending. I think it is just having the right communication between all of us. And that is also one important point that has come out through all the different people, different sectors that have spoken here, is that this is becoming a niche area right now. This is becoming a sector where the expertise in itself needs to develop from all right from the airlines, the bankers, or the lawyers, and all the lessors, everyone. In fact, the regulator and everyone needs to have that specific skill set. So the intercommunication between all of us happens in the same frequency. And that is where developing that skill set is very important. We will engage all the institutions that we have in aviation and in finance also. And I was talking to Deepesh, and he was mentioning that already 3 universities are there functioning within Gift City, which can start working with formalizing the courses. And we have a lot of aviation related universities and institutes that are there. While we mainly focus on the technical aspect, but I think when a market is there which is creating billions and billions of dollars of worth, then definitely the skill set and the training needs to happen on the financial side of it, aspect of it. So from the ministry, we will do that specific focus so that the expertise and the skill set and the younger generation that is coming up takes up very passionately this area of financing and leasing in aviation also. And I have to once again mention that the confidence that this industry has, let us not miss from that point that ultimately we have a great opportunity when we talk about aviation in India. And if you're taking back something from here, the first point that you need to stress on, or you need to pick up from here, is that this is the most progressive sector in the country, with an assured business for the next 20 to 30 years. If you look at the Indian aviation today, I've given the numbers before in my inaugural address. The airports have doubled, the aircrafts have doubled, the number of travelers that we have in the country have doubled, and it's only going to go up. And that is the aspiration the common man of the country is having today. Earlier, what seemed to be like a elite way of traveling, that was the civil aviation. It was civil aviation, but it was never civilian aviation. But today we are seeing the civilians also rightfully and conveniently, comfortably traveling through civil aviation. But even if you consider the numbers today, one citizen is flying every 3 years in the country, if you calculate those kind of numbers. But if you look at US, one citizen is flying 2.5 times in that same year. So if you try to bring better aviation ecosystem, and that has been the utmost focus from the ministry also, where we are not only focusing on the metro cities or the tier 1 or tier 2 cities, we are going into the hinterland. Wherever you show us, like in the deepest of the forest regions or the hilly regions or the remotest part in the Himalayas, Northeast, Andaman, Lakshadweep, mention a place, we are trying to create an airport there. So any citizen across the country, within 2 hours or within 150 kilometers, he should have access to air travel. And that is the kind of target and the thumb rule that we are keeping when we are creating the infrastructure in the country. Once we have the infrastructure ready, getting the aircrafts, servicing the aircrafts, maintaining the aircrafts, having the right set of skill set, having the financing ecosystem, these are all some of the things that we need to also cater for. And I can assure you from the government, we want to fire on all cylinders. We are not looking at one core area that this is what we want to focus on. Aviation, whatever kind of suit it wears, we want to power all the cylinders and we want to make the entire ecosystem viable and vibrant. So that is a commitment I want to give forward, and that is the positivity with which each and everyone from here has to go. And I'm sure that you would have had enough time to interact with yourself. So matchmaking, I'm feeling confident that at least some matchmaking would have happened positively. There would have been some exchange of numbers, because that was the real intent in having and everyone to be brought under one single roof. Because I am bravely standing in front of you saying that I'll be the man who will do it all. But that's not the case. I am Minister for Civil Aviation. 99% of the problems that you have mentioned either are related to Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Commerce or some other department. But I am willing to fight that battle for you. I'll argue that as a lawyer, even though I'm not a lawyer, I'll put that argument, I'll defend your case, I'll make it a point that whatever you have mentioned will be taken up in the right positive way. Just like how we have attained some success in the last 1 year, I'm very, very confident in the next 1 year also we are going to achieve a lot of success, because my ultimate confidence, me as a minister talking to you, comes from the fact that my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji gives me. It is a favorite subject for him when it comes to aviation, and it is because of him that we have seen so much growth in terms of the foundation that has been laid in the country in the last 12 years. No other country across the world can show the kind of numbers India is showing today. And it is not just by chance that we have achieved those numbers. There has been a lot of policy reform. There has been active engagement with the stakeholders. And there has been a clear vision into the future, where India needs to be 25 years from now. And it is with that mindset that we have achieved all this. And now we believe that to break that next level of glass ceiling that we have above us, we need to look strongly into this finance and leasing. We have achieved good, tremendous success. I remember some comments from the last summit also. And many of the points that same people, most of them were same people who have discussed and who have provided feedback in the last summit also. But I see that a lot of the comments have changed. A lot of the feedback has changed. So we have moved forward. We are tapping into different challenges right now. Earlier last year, if I can remember, then there were a lot of general ideas that were floated, that if let's start here, let's do these things, or these are the generic challenges the industry is facing. But what I appreciate right now is that they have become tailor-made. They have become more customized now. So we are moving into this. We have done this. Now this is a challenge that we are facing. So there has been active movement, active progress that has happened in the industry, which is a very positive thing.